this is Doris Sander, and I wanted to share my travel journal with you in stages, I guess, because it's not done yet. I wanted to get it done, not get it done, but get at least the journaling part done while we were on the trip, but the trip was just way too much fun. And so we were way too exhausted by the end of every day. So I didn't get much done other than I got this first page the day we left, and plane ride and the taxi ride to my friend's house. We got in at midnight. And so I actually did use the watercolors that I took on the trip and some of the little Molang stickers and Chotsky Bell sticker. And there's our luggage sticker. But that's it. That's the only page that I got done. And before I forget, I want to remind you and myself that since I'll be doing the writing and then the decorating after the fact, I need to use a permanent pen, not this one, because you can see it runs a little bit. So just something to think about. So I do want to get as much as I can done right away before I start forgetting all the details and all the little memories. So I got the first 2/3 of the trip, all the ephemera stuck in, and I'll show you that real quick. And the second step will be I want to go through my pictures and print the ones I want to put in here and get those in. And then the third step will be just to write. I want to write everything down that I remember. And then from there, I'll go back and do a little decorating and add color and whatnot, which is why I need to be sure and use a permanent pen so that I can add wet stuff on top and not worry about smudging and smearing. So yeah. And I also want to show you my little goodies that I got on the trip. I didn't get, you can see it's a really small stack. I didn't get nearly as much as I thought I would. But that was fine because I went over budget anyway. Only a little bit, but anyway. These are Post-it notes that I got in Boston at the Top Drawer Itoya travel store. I saw that on Penguin's Creative Instagram, and so I went there. And Converse, I forgot my tennis shoes, so I got to buy new tennis shoes in Boston. I didn't know this, but Boston is actually the home of Converse, so that was a good souvenir. So that was Boston. And then I got these in New Hampshire, and they're not really like a souvenir, but when my friend picked me up at the station there, we stopped by a shopping center to get a few things for dinner, and it had a Michael's, and look, gorgeous florals. We have Michael's here in Nashville, obviously, but it's not near my house, so we hardly ever go, so that was a treat. And then Chinatown was on our list of things to do in New York, so I thought I would find some cute kawaii stickers, but I really didn't. But I found these, I think these are like the Chinese New Year money envelopes, so I got a few packs of those. I thought they were really pretty with this month's Cocoa Daisy planner kits, so I got those in Chinatown. And then these are from the, I can't even pronounce the store. Here it is. I got these as soon as we got in New York. And again, you know, the store was cute and all, and there was a lot of stuff, but like all of the washi was little bee washi. I'm like, I don't want like little bee washi. I want MT washi from a Japanese store. But I did find these cute Post-it notes there, and I picked up a couple Traveler's Notebook inserts because they were a good price and no shipping, and we definitely don't have these close by that I know of anyway, so I got those. So before I forget, if you want to, at the end of the video, I'll do a giveaway of a little sampling of some of my goodies, you know, a set of couple each of the little pretty envelopes and some little bits of my note post-its and maybe a washi sample and whatever random things I can find. I'll send a little goodie envelope to someone. So just leave a comment on this video telling me your favorite place to visit in New York or your favorite family vacation you've taken. Because, you know, my son and I are making a huge list of family vacations now because we're really excited about vacationing. It was so much fun. So anyway, leave a comment and I'll send a goodie bag. I'll randomly pick someone, let's say July 6th. So the post office will be open again and I'll have time to think about it. So I'll randomly pick someone July 6th, maybe around noon Central Standard Time. So let me flip through this real quick, and then if I have time, I will stick some stuff in it. I wanted to doodle things about Boston, so the bean, the donut, Dunkin' Donuts is also from Boston, and the Converse. We took the Swan Boat ride, so I just tipped that in, and so I can add, you know, pictures and journaling there. And this was our Freedom Trail tour. This is part of the Freedom Trail too. So just lots of little tip-ins. This was dinner, and I cut that from something because my son had a lobster roll for dinner. Yep. And there's another little bit I cut from another brochure. And I trimmed out the subway maps, pasted those in. And then this was Connecticut, Mystic, Connecticut. And we went to the aquarium there. And then the next day we went to, no, it was the same day. We went to Harvard, and these are the little brochures, and I wanted to include them all. So I just kind of folded them up like that so I could still look at them. I had a lot of Harvard's paraphernalia, ephemera rather. And then we ate at Shake Shack, our first time at Shake Shack. And we found it by ourselves. We were by ourselves this day, so we were proud. I used Google Maps. I'm going to make a top 10 things in Boston list to get my son to help me with that. And then on to New Hampshire. Got the washi tape there. And I stole stamps from my friend's envelopes. And she lived on the river, so we'll have a lot of river pictures. And then we went to Maine while we were visiting her. And then these are from our bus ride to wherever it was we went. Oh, these are the aquarium in Mystic. So this was the Boston Aquarium, actually. We went to 2 aquariums on our trip. So yeah, lots of fun tip-ins. We went to this tiny little movie theater because we wanted to see the opening of Independence Day. And I got to meet Trisha Romo while we were there, and she gave me this sweet little package, some goodies, and we ate the blue squid with her. And a state park. See, you can just open up everything. And then this is, we went to Block Island off of Rhode Island with my friend, and these maps were really big. I couldn't put the whole thing in here, and I had 2 maps to choose from plus another brochure. So actually I just cut some bits from all 3 and stuck them on this page and ripped out a few more bits here to journal. And this is where we had dinner while we were there and bought some souvenirs. And the top 10. And then I wanted to start putting my New York in. That's what I didn't get to because New York was just crazy. Crazy exhausting. New York was just go, go, go. My son got a kick out of using, you know, his pedometer. He's really into fitness right now. He's almost 13, and I guess it's that age. But we logged like 25,000 steps the first day in New York, and we weren't even there. We weren't even there the whole day. We didn't get there till lunch that first day. And then the second day, we had 30,000 steps. It was really just insane. So you can see why we didn't get much done. We were like snoozing at the end of the day. We were shot. Oh, these ninja kitties were so cute. So yeah, this is just oopsie. This is just some bits from the Japanese stationery store on that day. And then I made myself little notes for each page so that I know what I wanted to include. This was I don't even know what's going on here. I'll have to check. My camera is running out of battery, I guess, and so I don't know what just recorded and what didn't. But I'm gonna power through until it runs out, I guess, and then the video will be over. But this was from a hot dog stand. The Papaya King. My son really likes Anthony Bourdain. He's like watched all of the Anthony Bourdain TV shows on Netflix 5 times. I'm not even exaggerating. So this is a hot dog stand. We stay with my nephew and his wife. So this is a hot dog stand down the road from their house that Anthony Bourdain likes. So we went there. My nephew said he actually saw Anthony Bourdain there once, which would have been super cool. But, you know, it was fun. But yeah, it was just a little cheap hot dog stand. So they didn't have, like, I don't know, any business cards or anything like that. So I saved the cup. And that's okay. That works fine. And I hope my tape runner works. These stupid Tombos. I usually like Tombow. Tombow's my thing, but this batch is defective. The first two, and this one too, it's not winding on its own. So I'm having to manually go in and fix it after 4 or 5 uses, which is highly annoying, especially on video. So the Pumpkin King, okay, and then Chinatown, we stopped in this store, the candy store my nephew likes, and I got all these fun little candies, and some of them were good, and some of them were so-so. My son didn't like this one at all. But they also had, like, I'm going to tape these down because candy wrappers tend to be puffy. So the tape kind of pushes some of the puff out, if that makes sense. But anyway, this candy store, they had, it wasn't just candy, like there was dried fruit and dried squid, and the first thing that I tasted was a pea, like a dried pea, and I don't even know what I was thinking because I don't even like peas, but I just thought it would be like, you know, like that edamame stuff or something. Obviously, I wasn't thinking because it was so nasty. It was super nasty. Tasted like a fishy pea. But most of the rest was pretty cool. And we got a really big bag. So it's all like in bins. And you just get these plastic bags and you fill them up, and then they just weigh it. They just weigh it and charge you by the pound. So that was really fun. And then we ended up, you know, enjoying it the rest of the time we were there. And we even had some left. Which one? Like maybe the yellow? We had some left on the trip home even. My son got a little gummy worm that was like 2 feet long. So that'll be enough for a little Chinatown, or I can do some more journaling there. It's kind of lumpy bumpy. I might have to add some paper here because it'll be awkward writing over that tape, but I will figure that out when I get there. So this one is the right. This is another food page. Have you guys eaten at this place? Rice to Riches? It was pretty tasty actually, but we weren't really hungry because we had eaten the hot dogs. We'd eaten a really late lunch and I wasn't really hungry. And the portion sizes are huge. And I got the key lime pie flavor because I thought my son would like some because he loves key lime pie, but he goes all, oh, that's nasty. So I bought this huge $8 portion and ate like not even a fourth of it, probably an eighth of it, and then had to just throw it away because we were, you know, still walking around New York, and it was like, you know, not something that would keep well if you didn't get it in the fridge. So I kind of want this Sin Legally because that's pretty funny. And I want this little thing because it says the title of the little restaurant. It wasn't a restaurant, it was a little fast It wasn't even fast food. It was like fast dessert, you know what I mean? I mean, because that's all they had was the rice. The rice and nothing else. And the other thing I thought was strange was like the containers that they served it in were really thick plastic, like really nice plastic. And I felt bad throwing that away even. Like, it seemed like something you should take home and recycle, like keep it to use in your kitchen or something, but we couldn't because we were walking around New York. But it was fun. Rice, I should put it right here. Rice to riches. Not rice to riches. Yeah, rice to riches. And we also ate at this Mexican restaurant. That was pretty tasty. But again, we weren't hungry. The only reason we ate there was because my nephew wanted to take us on the Staten Island ferry at night so we could see the pretty lights. And so we had to stay out. So what do you do when you have to stay out? Well, you eat. So we just kind of kept eating all day that day. Just, I don't know, to have something to do. It was strange. So there's that one. This one is etc. What does that mean? I don't know what etc. means. And the ferry. Oh, this is, I remember now. I'm going to put a bunch of pictures here because we went to the Brooklyn Bridge and yada, yada, yada. I have ferry pictures. This one says the park, Central Park. So this one, I don't really care for the images on here. I mean, I wouldn't mind the castle, but it's on the back. I really want the map. And actually, this map isn't in that great of condition because we found it lying on the ground and I was like, oh, brochure! And I grabbed it because we didn't go by the information stand because we were kind of just passing through the park because we were headed to the Natural History Museum that day. So, this is the ferry page, this is the park page. So I think I will I'll just refold it and then later when I go to do this page I'll cover this side with some kind of pretty paper or writing paper or something so that I can journal on it, but I'll cover up that. See how annoying this is? And you know, it's not like Tombo's cheap. Even when you get it 40% off, it's really, you know, I think Tombow owes me. Because this is just so annoying. That's good enough for now. So yeah, this map, I want to sing that Dora the Explorer song on the map, you know, but I won't. I will spare you. Okay, so I got my map for Central Park, and I'm going to cover that later. So this one is to post and stick. What is that? Oh, postcard and stickers and tickets. Oh my. We got this sticker in the, there was like, this is from the museum the American Museum of Natural Science, and there was an interactive kids room, and my son didn't really want to go in it because he's almost 13 now and he's not really into interactive kid stuff anymore. But I needed the sticker, so I made him go in. Do you think I'm a horrible mother? No, he didn't mind. He's very sweet. I have a very sweet boy. My tickets. And my nephew, he was like, you guys aren't gonna see everything in one day in the Natural History Museum. And I'm like, oh, you don't know Gabriel. We will see everything. Trust me. And that's, how we got 30,000 steps that day. Because we did see everything except for the rocks and the planets, because Gabriel just doesn't care about rocks and planets. But everything else was seen. And this was like such an awesome museum. Just so amazing. And it was like so I can journal. It was like a cross between we went to the Smithsonian last year in DC, and then you saw we were at the Harvard Natural History Museum earlier, and so the DC Museum is very, I'm just going to stop here because this has to be trimmed down and that's boring. And then I just have the Met, which also probably needs trimming, and our tickets home. Oh, and this little thing. So you've seen enough of my process. So anyway, this was like a cross between the two, because the Smithsonian is really made for entertainment and it's just amazing. And then the Harvard Museum is very like old school science displays, if you know what I mean. But then the New York Museum was kind of a cross between the two. Very scientific but entertaining as well. So yeah, I think we got to go to the Chicago one next. So anyway, I will post another update on this soon, hopefully. And leave a comment below if you want to be entered for a little goodie package. Just leave a comment, your favorite New York site or your favorite family vacation, and I will pick a random winner on July 6th at noon Central Standard Time. And I will chat with you soon. Bye.